Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive?
Always ready.
Today we're going to be talking about endangered animals.
Oh, wow.
These vanishing treasures, as Katherine Rundell calls them in her book, Vanishing Treasures, a bestiary of extraordinary endangered creatures.
Okay.
And we've also got some reader reviews from Goodreads to give us some extra perspectives.
Sounds fascinating.
Absolutely. So Rundell's main argument is that the world's biodiversity is like way more amazing than we realize, and we are like losing it so fast.
Yeah, it's a problem.
And what I found really interesting was how she uses this image of Noah's Ark in reverse.
Uh-huh.
What do you think about that? Why that metaphor?
Well, it's pretty powerful, right? I mean, it kind of flips the script.
Yeah.
Instead of saving animals from a flood, like we're causing the flood,
Yeah.
it's like we're driving all these extinctions. And I think she's really trying to highlight that urgency.
Yeah.
Like, we're not just watching this happen, we're actually making it happen.
It's a heavy thought. It makes you think about those individual animals and like how interconnected it all is.
Exactly. And, Rundell does such a good job of showing how amazing these creatures are.
Yeah.
Like, take seahorses, for example.
Okay.
Did you know that they mate for life?
Oh, really?
Yeah. And like every day they meet and dance together
Oh, wow.
and change colors before going their separate ways.
That's incredible.
Yeah, isn't it?
So it's not just a meet cute, it's like a whole commitment thing.
Yeah, totally.
It's amazing to me how something like that, the small little routine speaks to how much they need a stable environment.
Right.
If something disrupts their habitat, even these little things that keep them alive get messed up.
It's true. It's all about that balance.
Yeah.
And speaking of adaptations, have you heard about the American wood frog?
I don't think so.
So this frog takes survival to like a whole new level.
Okay.
It freezes solid during winter.
What?
Like its heart totally stops.
Real?
Yeah, and then like restarts in the spring.
That sounds like science fiction.
I know, it's wild.
But it makes you think
Yeah.
if the seasons change too much,
Uh-huh.
with climate change and everything,
Yeah.
it could really mess them up.
Totally. Even the toughest creatures are vulnerable when their environment changes.
That's true. And then there are lemurs with their crazy social structures.
Oh, yeah, they're fascinating.
Female lemurs are the ones in charge, right?
Yeah, they often lead their groups.
I love that.
I know, right? Girl power.
Yeah. But what makes them so vulnerable to extinction?
Well, one thing is that they're only found on this one island, Madagascar.
Oh, right.
And Madagascar has had a lot of habitat loss.
And
So they're stuck on this island with less and less space.
that's where Rundell says even losing just one species can really impact a whole ecosystem.
Exactly.
So it's not just about losing individual animals, it's
Yeah.
about impacting entire ecosystems.
Okay.
And this is what I keep coming back to. Why should we care about these creatures? Are they just isolated curiosities, or is there a bigger picture here?
That's a great question. And that's where Rundell's book and the reader responses really hit home. It's like these animals, they aren't just some random things off on their own.
Right.
They're really part of this huge web of life.
Yeah, the whole interconnectedness thing.
Yeah. But
But how does that actually work? Like, can you give me an example?
sure. Think about a forest. Okay? So at the top, you've got your predators like wolves,
Yeah.
and they keep the herbivores in check, deer and stuff.
So they don't eat everything.
Right. If there are too many deer, they eat all the plants, and then the forest can't survive.
That makes sense.
But if you take the wolves out, then the deer population explodes.
Oh, I see.
And then they eat everything, and pretty soon there's no forest left, and all kinds of species lose their homes.
Wow. It's like a chain reaction.
It is. And that's
Yeah.
what some of the readers were talking about,
Yeah.
We're losing these, like, superpowers that these animals have, these unique talents that we might never see again.
It's like we're destroying a library before we've even read the books.
Exactly. We don't even know what we could learn from them.
And that brings us to the tough question. What's causing all this loss?
Well, the main thing is us humans. The reviews mentioned a bunch of things from the book, like destroying habitats, climate change pollution, introducing invasive species.
Like we're slowly killing off all these amazing creatures.
Yeah, it's not one big thing. It's a lot of little things that add up.
It's death by 1,000 cuts.
Exactly. But one of the reviewers said that Rundell's book isn't just about being sad about what we're losing.
Yeah.
It's a call to action,
So what can we do? It feels so overwhelming sometimes.
Well, a lot of the readers talked about supporting conservation groups.
Okay.
You can donate money or volunteer your time.
Yeah.
That helps with research protecting habitats, stopping poachers.
That's something anyone can do. What about in our everyday lives? Can we do anything there?
For sure. We need to think about what we're buying and how much we're using. like choose sustainable products and try to reduce our carbon footprint.
So like buying local produce and ditching single-use plastics?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And a lot of readers talked about the importance of education,
Yeah.
spreading the word, talking to people about these issues.
Just starting the conversation can make a difference.
Absolutely. It gets people thinking. And, that quote we talked about before.
You mean the one about the world being ours for the taking?
Yeah. That's where we need to change our thinking. We're not separate from nature. We're part of it.
And if we're part of it, that means what we do affects everything.
Right. We need healthy ecosystems for ourselves, too. The air, the water, the food, it all comes from nature.
It's like we're sawing off the branch we're sitting on.
Yeah. But Rundell's book and all these conversations, it's giving people hope.
Yeah.
We still have a choice. We can act and change our behavior and protect these amazing animals.
So it's like a reality check, but also a call to hope.
Yeah. And remember that Noah's Ark thing.
Yeah.
It's not just about saving these creatures. It's realizing we're all in this together.
We all share this planet.
Right. Our choices affect everything and everyone. So it's not too late to change course.
That's a powerful message. And it seems like Rundell's book really drives that home.
It does.
Yeah.
It's not just a beautiful book about nature. It's a call to action. It makes you want to get out there and do something.
Wow. So we've really gone deep, haven't we?
Yeah, we've covered a lot.
We've talked about these amazing endangered animals and how they're all connected, and the scary reality that humans are the main reason they're disappearing.
It's true.
But it sounds like there's still hope.
There is. And this is where you come in.
Okay, I'm listening.
Remember that question we talked about?
About what we can do to help.
Yeah. What can you do in your own little corner of the world to protect these vanishing treasures?
That's a good question.
It is. Because it makes you realize that we all have a part to play.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be something huge.
Right.
It could be planting flowers that attract bees or butterflies. Or donating to a conservation group. Or even just talking to your friends and family about what you've learned.
Because even small things can make a difference.
Exactly. Every little thing adds up.
It's like that ripple effect.
Yeah. Just like throwing a pebble in a pond, your actions can inspire others.
And that brings us back to that Noah's Ark metaphor.
Mm-hmm.
We have the power to change the story.
We do. We can be the ones who protect these animals for the future.
Think about those seahorses dancing and the wood frog coming back to life.
I know, it's amazing.
They remind us how incredible nature is.
And they remind us that we need to fight for it.
We're not just watching this happen, we're part of it.
That's right. Our actions have real consequences.
So what do we do with all this?
We take action. We make changes in our lives, and we inspire others to do the same.
And we learn more about these incredible creatures.
Yes. That's why Rundell's book is so important.
Vanishing Treasures.
Yeah, it opens your eyes to the beauty and the wonder of the natural world.
And the urgency of protecting it. Well, we've only scratched the surface today, but hopefully this has inspired you to learn more.
And to get involved.
So thank you for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep making a difference.